me in words what the findings mean. That shows me you get what the statistics are saying. So if we look at men, okay, with reference to men, those who underreported their weight had significantly higher BMIs than those who overreported their weight. You should be able to read the table and extract those kinds of details. And I might do it as a fill in the blank, where I leave the part that's higher or lower or significant or not significant blank, and you have to write in the right term. Or if I ask you, true or false? On the PAI-PIM, the measure for social desirability, there was a significant difference for men who overreported or underreported their weight. True or false?
False.
False. No difference. Right? That shows me you can read the table and that you know that this means no significant difference because there's no asterisks. Okay? Does that make sense? Because you need to be able to read tables and extract information from them because the data aren't all summarized in the text. If I asked you, tell me the effect size for the EDI-BD for women was small, medium, or large? Or you can't tell? Medium. 0.63 is medium. Good. See, you got this. You can do this. Okay? Feel like you got it? Okay. Now, we're almost done. We've only got a few more minutes. So I want to get to the last part, which is very important. Talking about the different types of validity. Now, construct validity. Construct validity is how well they set up their manipulations and their measures. What do you think about the construct validity of this study? How well did they set up their independent variables? How well did they set up their dependent variables? What do you think?
They didn't measure height.
They didn't measure people's height. Why not? It's kind of a weird thing, right? They're calculating BMI as one of their measures. It's their one real hard, like, interval or ratio scale measure, and they don't actually measure people's height. They use self-report. Self-report is always less accurate than a real measurement. You know, when you think about overall, and not that people's height changes that much, but can you imagine that people might over-report their height? Have you ever? Men might over-report? Your boyfriend over-reports his height? I know my ex-husband, he would always say, I'm 6'5" and a quarter. And I'm like, really? At 6'5" you need to say a quarter on top of that? Because it's like you need that extra. Huh?
The extra piece of man.
That extra piece of man. I've got that much, a quarter inch more man. Okay. Glad it's that important to you. I can imagine, I mean, my daughter, she'll over-report her height all the time. She's like, Mom, I'm 5'6" and a quarter. And I'm like, oh, you know, you're your father's daughter, that's for sure. I got to get that extra quarter in there. I'm like, you're still short. She's like, Mom, sorry, you're still short. All right, so I'm terrible because I was 5'8" when I was 5'9" almost when I was her age. So I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you're so small. So yeah, she might. I mean, some people might over-report it because being tall is desirable often, right? So they might not accurately report their height. So that's an issue. They could have done that and they didn't. What else? What are some good things that they did with their variables? They used standardized measures, right? They didn't like make up they didn't make up their dependent variables. They used recognized, established measures for the different variables. They used different questionnaires to try and figure out people's eating disorder behavior. They used multiple questions. Nothing was measured on a single question. One concern about the eating disorder stuff was that the surveys they use have been validated for women but not for men. And it's possible that women have eating disorders for different reasons than men do. And that men display different eating disordered symptomology than women. So we don't know how valid the measures are for men. Did they really have any choice about using subject variables? No. When you're looking at men and women, and men and women respond to different things in society. You know, they can't really do any kind of random assignment. There's nothing they can do about that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the construct validity of this study? Where 1 is, oh my gosh, I can't believe this study got published, and 10 is, oh my gosh, this is the best study I've ever seen in terms of construct validity. 6 or 7?
Yeah.
That's the exact same rating the other class gave. I would agree with that, 6 or 7. Okay, so we can finish talking about this at the beginning of the next class. I'll let you guys choose. We have problem set number 2 due next time. Okay, problem set number 2, and also more practice problems if you want to work on them prior to lab. Post it in the lab materials folder. It's T-test weekend. Time to do bunches of T-tests. Yay!
Has the study been replicated on other campuses?
This is a 2013 study, so it has not yet been replicated. When we think about the external validity, like if we did this here, I think we'd get something very different.
Well,